In this video, we are going to discuss about Marcia's theory on identity development. So, based on Erik Erikson's groundbreaking work on identity and psychosocial development in the 1960s, Canadian developmental psychologist James Marcia refined and extended Erikson's model and is primarily focused on adolescent development. Addressing Erikson's notion of identity crisis, Marcia Poste explained that the adolescent stage consists neither of identity resolution nor identity confusion, but rather the degree to which one has explored and committed to an identity in a variety of life domains from vocation, religion, relational choices, gender roles, etc. So, Marcia's theory of identity achievement argues that two distinct paths from an adolescent identity, that is, crisis and commitment. Through a 30-minute semi structured identity status interview, Marcia distinguished four types of identity status, namely identity achievement, foreclosure, moratorium, and identity diffusion. And these four categories differ according to the presence or absence of the crisis and commitment. So, these two elements Erikson saw as crucial for forming identity. And Marcia has tried to explain identity development based on these two ideas proposed by Erikson. So, Marcia defined crisis as a period of conscious decision making related to identity formation. And he defined commitment as personal investment in an occupation or a system of belief. Upon developing a semi structured interview for identity research, Marcia proposed identity statuses of psychological identity development. So, the first stage is identity achievement. Identity achievement is identity status described by Marcia that is characterized by commitment to choices made following a crisis, a period spent in exploring alternatives. That means the status in which adolescent has gone through a identity crisis and has made a commitment to a sense of identity that he or she has chosen. Next identity status is foreclosure. So, foreclosure is identity status described by Marcia in which a person who has not spent time considering alternatives, that is, has not been in crisis, and is committed to other people's plans for his or her life. That means the adolescent seems to willing to commit to some relevant roles, values, or goals for the future. And adolescents in this stage have not experienced an identity crisis. They tend to conform to the expectations of others regarding their future. Example, allowing a parent to determine a career direction. As such, these individuals have not explored a range of options. The next identity status is moratorium. So, identity status in which a person is currently considering alternatives and seems headed for commitment. That can be explained as the adolescent is currently in a crisis, exploring various commitments, and is ready to make choices, but has not made a commitment to these choices yet. And the last identity status explained by Marcia as identity diffusion. Here, it is characterized by absence of commitment and lack of serious consideration of alternatives. That means the adolescent does not have a sense of having choices he or she has not yet made, nor is attempting or willing to make a commitment. Marcia's theory on identity development is not stages and it should not be viewed as a sequential process. Instead, these are the statuses based on the crisis and commitment, how an adolescent is developing their identity. And identity formation process is the core idea is that one's sense of identity is determined largely by the choices and commitments made regarding certain personal and social traits. And the work done in this paradigm considers how much one has made certain choices and how much he or she displays a commitment to those choices. Thank you.